Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Citizen Sleeper. And in the last episode, guys, we were left with in my opinion, a much more difficult choice than going on board the Sidereal Horizon with Mina and Lem. So we went and talked to Rico, and Rico revealed that the seed that we planted actually turned into a crown, which acted like an interface. So we went ahead and put the crown on, and we communicated with the mysterious gardener here in the cloud of the Greenway, and essentially there is an entire network of AI programs that are together in this kind of stream, and they want the sleeper to join them. And I'll tell you the truth, considering what he's been saying, it is very, very tempting to do so. It seems like the sleeper is caught between two worlds, and about the current, kind of synthetic body that they're wearing and the human that they were. And being part of something like this and being taken out of this body that's like breaking down and on a limited timeline is probably so intriguing and so tempting. The thing about it is, though, we have a choice. We can break the thread and basically join this chorus that the gardener is talking about. Or it kind of reminds me of the Great Link from Star Trek DS9. Or we go ahead and follow the thread back to Rico. So I think what this is, narratively, is this is the choice where the sleeper, are we human? Or are we something else? Because being human means suffering. But in that suffering, there's also moments of beauty and joy and what makes us what we are. And if we go ahead and break that thread, we'll be experiencing something new, but will we be human? We probably won't be. We'll be very similar to Navigator, or maybe the hunter, or the killer, the gardener. It still is really tempting. But I think what we're going to do, and the sleeper may be regretting this for the rest of their life, I think we're going to go ahead and follow the thread back to Rico. Maybe there'd be another opportunity at one point. This may be a one-time thing. I assume it is, in terms of how this game works. But, yeah. We'll go back to our body with all the pain and warmth that entails, because it's like a yin-yang thing. There's pain and beauty all in the same moment. It's part of being alive. Follow the thread. Your eyes trace the thread across the whirling dark, back to your body. This choice, you realize, will not be presented again. Follow it. You don't look back at Gardner. You don't risk it. Instead, you follow the thread, delicately, carefully, like a diver following their lifeline back to the surface. Not only that, we still have refugees to help. We still have friends like Rico and Emphas. We've created a life that we would be completely abandoning if we joined this chorus. The river whirls around you, but it doesn't pull. It isn't jealous. Neither does it understand. It is, after all, just a river. It isn't a person, a flesh and blood person, with wants, with desires, with the capacity for love and hate. It doesn't understand you, and you don't understand it. So you don't focus on it. You don't think about it, on what feels like such a long journey back through the dark. You set your mind on eyes instead, on hands, things you can focus on, hold on to. And then, after an age of crossing, you're there, settling back into the chair, into a body in a chair, and the overwhelming sensations that come with being a living thing with a rich and detailed sensorium. For a moment, you feel like you've made a terrible mistake. Who would choose this weight, this anxiety, this deep well at the center of existence? But then you feel it. Rico's hand, gripped hard around yours, trembling a little, sweating a little. Rico's hand with its brittle bones and crumpled skin. Rico's hand. And in that moment, you understand why you made this choice. And then you squeeze Rico's hand, and we wake up. Warmth and light achievement unlocked. And we're back to the credits again, so this was another ending. Let me go ahead and I'll let the credits run, because I think Gareth and the team here deserve their flowers, for sure. It kind of reminds me how imprinting is so important when a child is born. Like, what a child can see and touch after they're born is so important and crucial to how they, I guess, how they perceive their new situation, you know? And it's doing this, I think, at Sleeper, it's almost like reminding themselves, like, how important the tensile is. You know, being able to touch something, to see something. Being part of, like, this giant consciousness, there's definitely pros to it. But it's going into the unknown. So maybe it's one of those situations where you trust the devil you know over the devil you don't. So, alright, well, we'll go ahead and let the credits continue to roll here. Gareth, you're making me feel things, man. Making me feel feelings. Alright. So we should get right back to where we were, hopefully. Possibly. Hey. Oh. Sleeper. Rico's voice comes wavering through the dark. Are you still with me? You sit up, the lab a bright green glare that fades as you gather yourself. I'm here. Rico smiles. Good. She squeezes your hand. I thought you left me for a moment. What? She pauses. Who? She smiles. Tell me about it. Tell me everything. We'll tell her the truth. This is kind of the apex of all of her research. It's what she's been searching for. You tell Rico everything. You tell her about the gardener, that strange farm administrator AI that has grown to be so much more. About the chorus, that impossible configuration of networked plants, and finally about the choice the gardener offered you. She listens attentively, but her responses are hard to read, and you wonder if she might have made a different decision had she been in your place. Thank you, Sleeper, for telling me. I know it isn't easy to say such things. People so often do not wish to hear strange truths. She looks away. And thank you for returning to me, though I know you had your own reasons. She squeezes your hand reassuringly. Something passes between you then. A kind of shared sadness for the impossible choice. The choice to escape your body, or to stay and suffer it. Her smile is warm and generous, and whatever the wisdom of your choice, you're glad to feel welcome in this moment, and in this place. Then suddenly, she stands and walks a little away, as if trying to escape an unpleasant thought. You worry that she knows all too well what it takes to make a choice like you did. Rico sighs. So, Sleeper, do you plan to stay in the commune with us? For a while. I'm glad to hear it. Rico crosses back over to you and takes one of your hands in both of hers. Haifa needs new blood if it wants to survive, and... She squeezes. You are a good friend. The feeling is mutual. Well, don't let me keep you. Rico waves you away and limps back to her terminal. And as she does, you notice the crown in her hand, and she places it on the bench with great care. You can't help but feel a little curious about what she intends to do with it. Then you're out, breathing the air of the Greenway, fresh as a spring morning. The dappled light makes a patchwork of the greening landscape, and you walk into it, sensing the movements of the gardener's chorus all around. And you're glad to be here, in this strange and beautiful place, a little longer. Can we still grow mushrooms? Oh, no. Wait. Okay, hold on. We may be able to... Okay, there's the labs, yeah. Sorry. I had this horrible thought that, like, then the Greenway wouldn't provide the mushrooms anymore. But it seems to still provide for us, so it's not that upset. Which is good. Alright. That is our second existential crisis we've had here on the station. Let's go ahead and feed the cat and go to bed. I did really like that. Okay, oh, actually, let's go ahead and get some food. There we are. Now we are ready to face the day. And we do have some scrap left over that we can go ahead and repair ourselves with. That's not going to do it. Oh. Sleeper. Long time. Moritz is smiling at you when you leave, clearly happy to see you again. Moritz! Good to see you. Same. He rubs his hands on his jacket. How you been? Really well. Hey, good to hear it. He looks you up and down. I knew you'd make it work. You're a smart one. He glances around. Hey, look, I'm not down here to chat, though. I know Bliss said she didn't want to take any more big jobs, but she's changed her mind, or something. He grins. Because now we have someone looking for a refit of their ship in our bay. You would not believe it, but they want their entire ship disarmed. Cutting out defense arrays, weapon lockers, ship-to-ship countermeasures, the whole lot. He leans in. We'll be able to start an arms dealership with all the hardware we'll have up there when we're done. Anyway, it's a massive job and we need some hands. Bliss said to go get you. So come on up. Bliss is waiting on you to accept the job. He pauses. It'll be good to have you up here again. Like old times. Okay. Man, we have so much to do. And not a whole lot of time to do it in. Okay, what do we got there? Wait a minute. Hold on. I've been starting to actually pay attention to the ring. That's the ambergris. Oh, that's Akita. Okay. That's interesting. Should we go ahead and head up here and see what this is all about? When you enter the bay, it's weirdly quiet. Moritz must be out on some errand, and maybe Bliss is prepping the kit? Sleeper. Ankita is drifting at one side of the bay. You missed her completely when you came in. The idea of not seeing Ankita when you entered a room would have seemed unlikely to you several cycles ago, but seeing her without her armor, she seems smaller, less imposing. Ankita? She nods and kicks off from the wall, drifting closer. So, what is this? She asks. Come to avenge Ashton or his sleeper? Or just looking for another payout? Her anger is familiar, but quieter than before. Restrained. I don't want to fight. Then why are you here? She looks away, and you can tell her anger isn't directed at you in particular. It radiates off her like fire. You better be ready to sign, comes a shout from the bay entrance. Because I've got my best repair tech coming up here especially, and they're going to... Bliss glides in and suddenly stops herself when she sees you and Ankita standing off. Oh, Sleeper, you already here. Miss Cassetta, this is the tech I was telling you about. Best on the She stops, looking between the two of you. Wait, do you two know each other? You and Ankita look at each other. Ooh, both of those cut to the quick. We work together. Bliss squints at you both before continuing. Bliss produces a slate. Now, Miss Cassetta, if you'd like to sign our damage waiver here, we can start on the decommissioning. She looks at you. My tech here is eager to get started, as am I. Ankita scrawls her signature across the slate. Thank you. Bliss pauses. And everything is okay with the special payment terms we discussed? She gives Ankita a strange smile. All fine, says Ankita, giving you another hard look. Then she kicks off and drifts to the entrance. I'll be in the gimbal, she says, and leaves. Special payment terms? She looks over her glasses at you. Look, Sleeper, there's something I have to tell you. She glances around again. But what is she so nervous about? This isn't exactly a typical job. Miss Cassetta, Ankita, she gives you a knowing look, doesn't have the chits to pay us, so we've made a special agreement. I'm leaving. Leaving? Keep it down. I haven't told Moritz left. Or I haven't told Moritz yet. She looks down. Just waiting to break it to him. And don't you tell him either. She stares hard at you. I'll tell him when I'm ready. And I don't want him getting worried about Ankita's history. He can be very protective. But you should tell him. Look, all I care is that she's heading for the Starward Belt. She looks out of the bay. And that's where I'm headed. She turns back to face you. Also, I wanted to ask if you'd like to come with us? That would add a whole bunch of awkwardness to that situation. I can't. She interrupts before you answer. Look, I know things have been hard for you on the eye, and you helped me so much. I asked Ankita if she could carry two of us, and she said yes. Yeah, but you didn't let her know who the mechanic was. Moritz will take over the bay anyway, although if you stay, you're welcome to help him run it. I just thought you might be in need of a fresh start as much as I am. She turns away nervously. Think about it anyway. The berth is there. We've got to finish the job first anyway. And with that, she kicks away and heads to the racks, before you can offer an answer. Moments later, Moritz enters with a new cutting torch for disarming the ambergris. The starward belt. You push your thoughts to the back of your mind. Time to get to work. Is it, though? Okay, good. 3... I was like, it's not on a time limit. Which is very good for us, because we actually have important things to do over here. So, algae stack. We need to go ahead and harvest that. Thing is, the time limit on this is going to be so just tight. So I think that this is probably what we need to do first and foremost. So let's go ahead and get this intel situation dealt with. Like one catastrophe at a time, you know? Reroll. Much better. And that'll go ahead and clear this. You tap into a broadcast detailing the order of operation for new crews assigned to the cordon. This is exactly what you need. Okay, oh my lord. Okay, so we have that, and we still need to get food and water. Convince a crew. At least they're small cycles, you know. This could always be worse. Slice thrusters. The tugs have a powerful suite of ion thrusters for... okay. And then cordon operations. Some careful sabotage to the cordon systems would create a sensor gap that will allow the Briar to bypass the automatic quarantine systems. Whew. So... wow. This is spicy. So we've got a hub escort. Let's go ahead and use the 2. This is risky, but we got to give it a shot, right? Big bucks, no whammies. Okay, that's something. Let's go ahead and sabotage some sensors. The more we fail, the more we raise the Haven Age suspicion. Okay, and that only goes up 1. Good lord. How many more days do we have on this? This is going to be insane. Alright, let's go ahead and cross over. Got... got this, like, sword of Damocles over our head. Feed the stray. Get some broth. I'm just really glad that all of our dice right now can go into this and we're not under a time limit with Ankita. And how's that gonna work? Like, I figure after what happened to Ashton that things wouldn't be the same. Alright, let's go ahead and just crash out here in the dorm. And we'll use some of our scrap. Just so we don't break down. Okay, could be a lot worse. Alright, maybe one thing that we should do... Let's look at this. 1, 2, 3. That would give us 4 days to try and do everything else with the water and the algae stack. This is gonna have to take some crackerjack timing, though, for sure. So, man, I don't know if I don't think we'd be able to do this. We need more dice. Okay, interface. Slice some thrusters. Well, I mean, if we do this every time. And that'll take 5 days. No, it could work. It could work. We just have to be really... Let's go ahead and do a little bit of math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Alright, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then... That's if we raise this up, like, 1 every day. We could have that taken care of. So that would be 3 dice and then enough for the algae stack. But if we go over here, like... Oh, okay, I see. Once we get all the food, it's going to fill that up once, I think. I'm hoping and praying, because, good lord, that's going to be a pretty significant task that we're going to have to do. Alright, well, I think we have our brief. What exactly we're going to try. So, we've got two water for the flotilla. We're halfway done for food for the flotilla. I think we should focus on PK's plan. Because if I remember, Eshe said that, like, having food and all that is good, but it's not that crucial. I mean, she'll take what she can get. If we can't get past this, then there's no point, you know? So let's try and get everyone. That's at least going to go up once. Ooh, we got Haven Age Suspicion. Okay. Not good. Reroll. Much better. Love it. So 4 days. Just got to make sure that that doesn't get full. Okay. 2 up on that, and then now we're gonna have to get into some like strategy kind of thing. Siphon water, attack interface. No, we need water. And this is a long, kind of a long haul here, so we've got to be really careful with what we're doing. Phew. Yeah, maybe we'll give Akita time to cool off while we take care of stuff here with the flotilla. Let's go ahead and get some food. Tell Emphas some stories. Like, you won't believe what's happened to me over the last few days. Oh, we got more scrap components. Lovely. And that is going to do it, guys. Let's go ahead and end the cycle. Oh, I probably should have. Well, just at least give me that dice. I can't afford to... I need all of them. Okay, cool. We will use our salvage here. And, yeah, we know what we gotta do, guys. We just have to be very careful as we go along the path. But I hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.